They play that gas
Yeah. I move like this, I'll never be regular. I got the motion, the routes, and the schedule. What I've been through, you can never be ready for. Talking about juice, I'm just Pac with the metaphor. Look in the mirror, I'm looking at me. The price of life cheap, I ain't paying a fee. Nigga, no digital, paying for reach. Long as I'm free, I'll be straight as a crease. I move like this, I'll never be regular. I got the motion, the routes, and the schedule. What I've been through, you can never be ready for. Talking about juice, I'm just Pac with the metaphor. Look in the mirror, I'm looking at me. The price of life cheap, I ain't paying a fee. Nigga, no digital, paying for reach. Long as I'm free, I'll be straight as a crease. Been through some shit, so I really don't talk about no regular gossip at all. And the vibe is just effortless, come with some benefits.
Yeah, 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 yeah. What up, fam? Let's go. We here for another episode of Real Talk TV, man. We back in the place. Let's make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Season 1, this is episode 6. We're going to call this episode Black Economics. You feel me? Today we're going to talk about, economics and finances and, what makes, the dollar, the almighty dollar go round. And we're going to, specifically talk about how that looks in the black community. Now, I feel jokey because I don't even look up the definition of economics, but it's all good. My definition of economics is really simple. To me, it's just cash flow. It's as simple as that. Like, how is the cash circulating in the nation, in the country? Where is the cash being spent? Who's spending the cash? Who's receiving the cash? Et cetera, et cetera. To me, that's what economics is. And we're going to focus on the almighty dollar and how that circulates in the black community. Now, I got some data for you. I got some statistics for you. We're going to cite our sources this episode, and we're going to go from there. And we're going to make sure that we try to learn as much as we can. We use this information to try to help us become better people, better humans, better citizens, to help us reach our destiny and live in our goals and our dreams. Okay? So let's get right to it. We as a black people in the United States of America, we make up about 12.5% of the population as a whole, right? Now we make up this percentage of the population, but we spend a lot more money than our percentage would attest to. Like, we as a black demographic have the highest poverty rate in this country, but we also have the highest spending rate. So it's like the math not really mathing, bro. Like, how are you the poorest people, but you spend the most? Like, that doesn't make sense, and it's crazy because we as a black people, we account for over $1.2 billion annually. That's how much money we spend yearly as a black people. It'd be so funny, when you just chopping it up, when you just kicking it. And like I said, the numbers talk about, we're the poorest demographic. We have the highest poverty rate. And as a people, we always talk about how broke we are, how we ain't got this, how we ain't got that. But the data shows that we spend the most money, out of all the demographics. Like, we spend a higher percentage than white people, than Jewish people, than Asians, Hispanics. Like, we spend the most. So what's up? But we so quick to complain that we ain't got no money. How does that work? Like, that doesn't make sense. So we're gonna talk about that, because when we're talking about freedom, when we're talking about liberation, we think it's some big, huge phenomenon that has to happen, but we have way more power than we think. If we account for $1.4 billion annually, that's a lot of spending power. We can use that to get where we need to go. That's a lot of money. And it's on us. It's on us to make better decisions. Like I'm saying, like, we waiting on a savior, we waiting on this big moment, but we can do the work ourselves. Like, we can make better decisions to help us get where we want to go. It's said that in order for the average black family to catch up with the wealthy white family, it would take over 224 years. It'll take the average black family over 2 centuries to get where the wealthy white family is today. That's intense, man. And why is that? Because of our spending habits. We spend, we spend, we spend, and it's crazy. Like we got to try to do a better job. We got to try to do a better job because at the end of the day, a lot of this is on us. A lot of this is on us and our decision making. Like it makes no sense. It makes no sense for black people to account for over $500 million in beauty and grooming. That's a lot of money yearly to spend on superficial aesthetics. Gotta get my hair done. Gotta get my nails done. Gotta get my feet done. Gotta spend all this money on this bundle. I gotta pay for this haircut, but I gotta get the razor line. That thing gonna cost $50. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy how much money we spend on beauty and grooming. And I'm not telling you don't spend money to look good. Don't I'm not telling you not to do that. I'm telling you where is the control? Cuz we're overspending. Why you worry about looking so good when we dying in the streets? When our kids are receiving subpar education? Why are you so worried about looking good? We account for 13% of the population. White people account for 60% of the population. They don't spend nowhere near the money we spend on beauty and grooming. And they wealthy. So they got the money and they're saying, nah, we're not spending it on that. We don't have the money and we're saying, let's spend it. How does that make sense? That don't make no sense. It don't make no sense, bro. Like, and that's on us. We can't be mad at somebody else. We can't look at something like that's on us. We spending the money. As soon as we get our tax refund, as soon as we get our stimulus check, we go to somebody's store and buy a product instead of investing in ourselves. Right? We go and buy. We are consumers. We buy. We don't produce nothing. And that's that's holding us back. That's not good for us. That's not good for us at all. They talk about how long the dollar circulates in a community, right? For the black community, the dollar circulates for about 6 hours. In the white community, it circulates for about 17 days. In the Jewish community, it circulates about 20 days. And in the Asian community, it circulates about 30 days. Really think about that. Remember, in the black community, it's 6 hours. 6 hours. In all these other communities, it's weeks. So you say, what does that look like? What you mean by the black dollar circulating? Okay, boom. You get paid on a Friday, you get $100. You know, that's not a real paycheck, but I just want to make the numbers easy. You get $100, right? Out of that $100, you cash your check, you got your money, you put them in your pocket. You're going to go, get a haircut or something. And the first 30 minutes, you go into a black barber, boom, you put that dollar in that black barber hand. That's within 6 hours. That black barber takes your dollar, and he goes to a Chinese restaurant. You see, that dollar is now out of the community. Immediately. You cash your check, you get your haircut, your barber goes to eat Chinese. It's over with. That dollar is out of the community in 6 hours. Now, these other communities, they get their dollar, and what they do, they invest it back into themselves, right? And then they just let it sit there or let it accrue and interest and all that kind of stuff. And then when they do spend, they spend with somebody in their community. So when the Arab get his check, he going to 7-Eleven gas station. You know what I'm saying? He's putting his money in his brother's hand. And his brother gonna take that money and send it back to his people in the Middle East or whatever. And it stays in the community. China person get their check. They go to a Chinese restaurant. They go to Chinatown and shop. They not shopping with us. Let me ask y'all a question. When the last time you see an Asian at a black restaurant? Real talk. A black owned restaurant. It's not many of them, but they popping up in the little country. Food trucks, it's popping up. We trying to build. When have you seen another race at that food truck? How many white people you see standing outside? But we run to these white stores, bro. We run to these white stores. We spend all this money on beauty and grooming, but I don't know how many black people got beauty and grooming shops. From what I can tell, it's the Asian market. So we get our money and spend all our money on these beauty and grooming products, but give it to somebody else. The math is not mathing. Like, we can do better than this just by making better decisions. I'm not going to cap. I'm not very savvy when it comes to stocks and bonds, but I just ordered a book from Amazon because I need to be better. And beyond that, I'm very selective with who I shop with. Very, extremely. Y'all see the clothes? Y'all see what I wear? Boy, I don't wear all these white people clothes. I'm shopping with us. I'm trying to keep our money in our community so we can grow our economics, and you should be doing the same. Because David Banner said it best. White people respond to two things: the loss of life, the loss of money. Y'all do with that as you will. I don't think we trying to take this game physical, cause hell, they kill us every other day. We don't retaliate. So you can take loss of life off the table, but what about loss of money? We got all the spending power. We got 1.2 trillion spending power. We account for 90% of spending in the beauty market. That's 14% higher than any other demographic, even though we're the smallest demographic. We spend more than everybody, and we the smallest. Make it make sense. So you can't tell me we don't got the money. We got them. We got the money. We just giving it to everybody else. We just giving it to everybody else. And we got to do better than that. That's on us, man. That's on us. COVID has changed things a little bit. So we're not physically going to church that much. But the church, tithes and offering, man, since 1980, the black church has been making about $225 million a week. Did you hear me? $225 million a week. We give our tithes and offering to the church, to the pastors. We give our money to them even though we don't have money, quote unquote. But I don't see the black churches helping us get no legislation. I don't see the black church helping us get no laws into place. When all these black kids dying on the street, I don't see the black church stand up. So why are they making $225 million a week from us who really don't have the money? And then what are they doing with the money? $225 million a week? Come on, man. We got to be smarter than that. We got to make better decisions with spending, number one. But the bigger thing is we got to get out of this consumer mindset. Why are we trying so hard to put on this aesthetic? Why we got to run to go get the highest dollar outfit? Like, you got to spend the most. Like, it got to be Michael Kors. Really? We getting killed, and you really worried about Louis Vuitton and Chanel, who most of those white brands have already came out and said they don't rock with us. But you still wear their clothes. That is insane, y'all. That's scary insane, bro. I'm sorry. And I got a lot of people who I care about and who I love who will still put on some Gucci clothes a day. That thing, I just don't understand. Like, how you still wearing Tommy Hilfiger? Like, really? Boy, that's sick. So a lot of these, and refer back to, the episode on mental health. A lot of these things are mental and psychological. Somebody can look you in your black face and say, hey, I don't want you wearing that clothes. And you going to find an excuse to still wear it. Boy, what the hell is that? What is wrong with you? You only got to tell me once. I promise you only got to tell me once. Hey, man, I don't want black people wearing that. And I've said, don't worry about it. H&M, remember when H&M had the shirt, coolest monkey in the jungle? Now, I had never shopped at H&M before that, because I'm not a shopper. I'm chill. I'm not very consumer materialistic at all. I'm really not. But I know a lot of people, a lot of black people shop there once that all that came out, and they like, man, listen, them clothes raw and the price is good. I'm like, yo, they just put a black boy in a monkey shirt. They like, well, it could have been taken out of context, or his mama later did it, or what I got to do with me? I'm like, okay. I mean, I guess it couldn't be me. That's all I'm saying. It couldn't be me, man. I want to support our people. So if you got a black business, always drop it in the comments. Always DM me. I'm going to support you. I don't spend a lot because it's not in our best interest to be spending like this. But when I do spend, it's 95% of the time with a black business. I can't say 99 because it ain't too many black businesses. We need more. Like if I need socks right now, what black business I supposed to get socks from? But we growing. I'm not getting. Listen, the black entrepreneurs and the black business owners that's coming up right now, I'm so proud. I'm so pleased and I'm so happy because this is what we need. We need to become producers, not consumers. We are not in a position to spend like that. Do you realize that the wealthiest people in our country, these white people, don't spend like that? So why would you? Why, when you get your refund check, the first thing you do is go buy something? Invest in yourself. Black economics is important. It's one way that we can, decrease this gap between us and the other demographics here by just spending smart, being smart with your money. Y'all have no idea how much money we spend at McDonald's a year. But you can look it up. You can Google it right now. I'm not even going to tell you. I'm just curious enough to know if you at least type something into Google. How much does black people spend at McDonald's a year? You can put that in the search bar right now and see that number, right? And when you see that number, I want your mind to literally say, now imagine if no black person bought McDonald's for a year. Just 1 year, nobody shop at McDonald's, and watch what we can do with that money. We can do better on our own. We don't have to wait for some savior or some kumbaya moment. Just be smarter with your money. Remember, white people respond to two things, according to David Banner, my big bro. Loss of life, loss of money. I don't think we're ready for one side, so how about let's go to the other side? You know what I'm saying? It's on us, man. It's time for us to start taking accountability for where we are as a culture and a community. That's all I'm saying. It's time for us to take accountability. According to the State of Work in America, black people spend 4% more money yearly than any other race, despite the fact that they are the least represented race and the race with the highest poverty rates. We got to be smarter. Black Economics, Real Talk TV, Season 1, Episode 6. Shop black. Black owned, black business. You know what I'm saying? Shop black. Nobody else rocking with us. You don't see no white people on your websites. You feel me? Thank you for your time. I appreciate it as always. Namaste. Ashe. Yeah.